Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the You're Not Done Yet podcast, where your purpose is just moments away, and I am here to help you get there. Y'all, we have a special guest in the building, okay? Today, we will be speaking to Miss Shaqueria Howard of STAH Media, and we will just be diving into you being the star of your own purpose. So, Shaqueria, if you can introduce yourself, we'll get right into the episode.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here. My name is Shaqueria Howard. I am the owner of STAH Media, LLC.
Yes. So, a question that I always love to ask my guests: who are you? So, who is Shaqueria Howard?
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's a really good question because a lot of times people, like, you know yourself, but like when you have to explain it, it's like, okay, here. So, I am a mother, a daughter, a fiance, a church member, a sister, a friend, um, family member, cousin, sister, like, niece, all of the above. To the people that are in my life, I feel like that is really true to the core of who I am, like being there for other people and helping them.
Yeah.
That bubbly, fun personality, that person that's gonna crack a joke. I'm sorry, even when it's sad, I cannot. I use humor
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
not necessarily mask my pain, but just change the situations around.
Yeah.
Because sadness and just feeling those emotions just can really be, taken over. So Shaqueria is a fun, outgoing, bubbly personality.
Yeah.
Um, she's a hard worker. She's dedicated to everything that she puts her mind to, and most of all, most importantly, she is a mom. The hardest job of all.
Oh, hello. Because because I was a couple minutes late for the interview, but
Yeah.
she was like, "Yeah, I kind of figured you had something to do with your son," and I did. So, from mom to mom, like
From mom to
understand.
mom.
We
Mm,
understand. Like sometimes, things don't go as planned, but it's like as long as you show up and you make it,
right.
feel like that's the important part.
Yes, girl, from mom to mom.
As long as you show up, because baby, like
That's right.
it was a tough time getting here, but I'm here. Okay,
We're gonna make it somehow.
I'm like,
The grace of God will carry us through.
we are gonna get here. So, my next question for you is, how and why did you create STAH Media LLC?
Okay, so STAH Media LLC, and just to the name for one,
Sure.
STAH Media is STAH. Those are my initials. Uh, and it's like kind of like star. So it's a play on, the word star, but
Yeah.
it's STAH Media. Same difference. You can say star, whatever. We know what you're talking about. Uh, it was created to help business owners, small business owners who are first starting out and don't have a clue what to do in terms
Yeah.
of social media, PR, branding. You're trying to get yourself out there. You don't know the connections that you need to start in or have. And then as an added bonus, because I'm like kind of a digital person, I like to call myself a graphic designer, but that's just because I enjoy doing it,
You
and
enjoy doing it, yeah.
I'm pretty good at it, based on what my clients tell me. So, um, we offer different services such as graphic design, social media marketing, and brand development. Originally, STAH Media was supposed to just be a public relations boutique,
Right.
but because of YouTube University and all the other different platforms that you
Yeah.
have these days, I was able to kind of expand upon all of my services
Yeah.
and introduce new segments within PR. So ultimately, STAH Media is a multimedia agency. It's a creative hub that is literally designed to help small business owners with every tool and step they need to get started. My goal is to help them so you don't stay with me forever. I'm not trying to, bog you down and keep all your dollars, because as you grow, your business is going to grow and you're going to continuously make more money and you're going to need more services. But STAH Media is here to help you with that. Start off that jumping point in whatever area it is that you're in, to help you get more exposure to your business, to help you create the Instagram feed that you want for your business, help you create a website, tell you where to go. We're that initial resource.
Were you? Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, because we've actually partnered on an event and it was amazing from the graphics, from the giveaway, everything was good. And I was like, yeah, she knows her stuff and she doing her stuff. Okay, period.
Thank you.
No, but in the world that we live in now, or the time that we live in now, entrepreneurship is it's the newest thing. It's the trending topic, and so
Mm-hmm.
having people or having a firm like yours that really wants to just help you get started, like you said, it's not
Yeah.
about okay, I want to do to the long run. No, let me just give you the trampoline for
Right.
you to jump off and keep. Because
Right.
a lot of people aren't like that because it's like it's selfish. They want it all to themselves. They don't want to share it with anybody. So the fact that you said it, like, no, like I'm not trying to buy you down. I just want
Mm-mm.
to help you get to your next step. And I feel that in entrepreneurship and when you're building your team, that is important. It's important
Yeah.
to have people that you're working with and they know, like, hey, like we're not probably gonna be together forever, but if
Right.
I can help you, I don't mind helping you. I don't mind catapulting you into your next destination. So I think that is really, really cool. So
Thank
kudos.
you.
I think it is so cool. I feel like we don't get that a lot. So
Right.
as we move into entrepreneurship, so what are some challenges that you faced in becoming an entrepreneur?
Oh my gosh. And as crazy as that I've made this business to help people to start up,
Yeah.
but I still needed that help. Like I had to go through that myself so that I can help other people.
Mhm.
The challenges are really time, like
Yeah.
finding the time to myself, because even though I'm doing it for these businesses, it's easy for me to do it for them.
Yeah.
A lot of business owners and entrepreneurs will tell you I provide this service to clients, but sometimes I lack it for myself,
Mm.
like taking breaks and also, doing PR and branding for yourself. Like in the beginning,
Yeah.
I treated 5 Star Media as my client.
Mhm.
Like, so I tried to make sure I put those, PR branding tools, social media marketing. It really was a challenge to get my feed the way I wanted it to make my brand look the way I wanted it to look, to make sure I had the right HEX colors, the brand colors were on
Yeah.
point. Every time I sent something out, I was trying to find new ways to make my processes a little bit more efficient for me.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest challenge of all. I think that probably took me at least like 2 months, maybe 4 max, to try to figure that out alone, like, and not take on any clients before I went through that process. And
Yeah.
then I was able to like open the door so that I could
Yeah.
start taking on clients and say, like, this is a service that I offer for real, so that when I brought them on, I could say that I actually went through and I understand the struggles, because honestly, I do. It is a challenge when you first start out what branding looks like, because you could get started, right, and then you can look at your feed and say like, ew, like
Like it's not appealing. Like what we got.
it's not appealing. It's all over the place. I got
Right.
the right colors, but
Right.
like it's not speaking to me, and that happened to me. So I always try to do like an assessment for my clients to see what it is that they're looking for, and create their feed in a way that they want it to look. I also, realize that we all are not very tech savvy.
Mm.
First of all, I wasn't, so that was a challenge that I had to overcome myself,
Yeah.
and just trying to learn the weeds of social media, get back in the know, because becoming a parent and then trying to start a business, it was just like
It was a lot.
all happening at once, and there was a lot to learn. I had to get back in there. It was difficult for me to get in the swing of being a new entrepreneur and a new mommy. So
Yeah.
those were the challenges, girl.
No, I totally understand that. Cause like in like starting this podcast, I was like, okay, like, and for one, it was an outlet for me, right? So taking care of yourself, this
Yeah,
was an outlet. This was it.
yeah,
And then two, I was like, okay, as a mom, when am I going to be able to dedicate the time to actually sit down, interview
yeah,
people, make my own episodes, do whatever. And it took time. And like you said, like creating a logo, I was like, oh my God, what I want my colors to be. I knew I
exactly.
wanted a mic, but everything other than that, I don't know. I don't know what
Right.
comes after that. And it's like, okay, well, branding, like, is it just gonna be me people facing? Am I just gonna put audio up? Like, it takes a lot to get to a point to where you feel comfortable to produce your own story or produce your own
Yeah.
book. Pretty much, like it takes a lot because you have to be confident in what you're producing. And so I'm pretty sure once you got that confidence, you're like, okay, I could do this. I could offer this
Yeah.
now because I've been through it. But if you
Mm-hmm.
haven't been through it, how are you going to be able to help somebody else get through it if you've never been through
Right.
it? So it's like you see people that offer, and I'm like, okay, but have you actually been through the process
Right.
yourself? Like, what can you tell me that nobody else has told me about the process? Like, what can you do? So but that thing is, and I feel like as entrepreneurs, like that's the one thing that they don't want to talk about is the process. Like we see the
The
glitz,
process.
we see the glitz, we see the glam. Okay, cool, girl, you done got you a new house, a new car. That's amazing.
That's
But
good.
what blood, sweat, and tears did you have to endured to get to
Mm-hmm.
where you are now? And because I put a video up yesterday talking about like an effective testimony, like people want to hear what you went through, not about the successes, even though those are important, but what did you go through, like, and you are the star of your story, and no one's gonna be able to tell your story like you know what I
Right.
mean? And then
Mm-hmm.
like, and it just happened into that phase of it, because with you being a PR professional, like how important is it just to get the story right? Like, how important is it to tell the correct story or the right story or like the most efficient or effective story? Like,
This
how important is that?
this is a really, really good question because just like you are the star of your purpose,
Right,
you are the star of your story.
right,
You can cultivate it, you can get ahead of it, get in front of it so that you are in control of what the media and or press depicts of you.
correct.
All the time we hear like, oh, the media put that out there, the media is trying to destroy us, the media this, the media that. If you have a PR person, you are in control of your story.
Yeah,
I'm reaching out to that. I'm reaching out to CNN. I'm reaching out to MSNBC. I'm telling them what to put in that article.
right,
They could do, what so heavy they would like with it. However, in the publications that your PR person is kind of in control of, it should be vetted through them. It won't be all the time, depending on, the reporter's intentions. But most of the time, the stories are vetted through you.
yeah,
And so you're able to read them before they go out. Like you're able to have those relationships. That's the thing about PR that most people don't understand. You might think you could do it, but you don't have the connections that I have. You don't have the resources that I have. You don't know that journalist behind the scenes that's actually writing it on
yeah,
behalf of that editor.
right,
Like that is the purpose of your publicist. They are to get ahead of your story, to tell your story in a manner that you want it to be spread to the masses. You have to be in control of what people are saying about you. If you're not, they can say anything and run with it. We can have positive reviews, we can have negative reviews.
right,
That's okay.
right,
As long as what we're putting out online, SEO, when people Google you,
mm,
we're in charge of that narrative.
right.
We're in charge of what you put out. Your story will always be what you want to hear.
Right. And I always look at it this way too. I was thinking about this earlier today. It's kind of sort of like we are like PR for God, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, God gives each and one of us a special purpose, right? He gives each
Mm-hmm.
one of us something that we're supposed to carry out. And we represent what he wants us to carry out, right?
Yeah.
Now, and we're not going to say that the journey to doing that is going to be perfect, because it's not, right?
Right.
But we know that Jesus went through trials and tribulations to get to where he had to go. So
That's
why
right.
wouldn't we have to go through trials and tribulations to get to where we want to go, right?
Right.
Because being the star of your purpose is saying like, yo, like this is not easy by
No.
any means necessary. Like this is not a joke. But
No, ma'am.
you have to be dedicated to the thing that you were called to do. And I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie, half of the time some of us are very hard headed. I know I was hard headed at first. Okay. I know I was
Yeah.
look, I know I
Me
was
too.
very hard headed.
Me too. Not listening. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it this way.
Yes. But the whole time, God is like, okay, but I'm giving you the tools and the resources to get it done.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, like, hey, This is what you want to do, but this is the way we need to do it. I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy, but you think
Right.
by taking the shortcut, it's supposed to make it better. No,
Mm-hmm.
just for
Nope.
you to end up doing the same as that thing that he told you to
That
do
I told you to
ago.
do.
3 months ago.
That I told you to do.
And three
You could
months
have
later,
avoided all of that heartburn, all of that headache, if you would have listened to what
if
I
you
told
listen
you.
to what I told you, if you would have just sat down and just listened. But I feel like, with today's society, like it's so microwave. We want everything so
Yeah.
fast and it has to
We want.
happen. Like we got
Mm-hmm.
to get the followers, we got to get the views, we got to get the likes. But it's like,
It's a
no,
process.
it's a process, right? And your purpose is a process. It's
That's
not
right.
something that it happens overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It's day by day. It's not like you wake up tomorrow like, okay, God, I don't fulfill my purpose. Like, all right, I'm done. Like,
Exactly.
no, it does not happen that way.
Mm-mm.
But have you ever faced a time in your career, period, throughout your whole career so far, that where you really had to say like, hey, it's a process. Like I only can move as much as I'm allowed to move. Like you can't rush greatness. Or I like to say you can't rush greatness. You can't
Yeah.
rush that.
Yeah, definitely. I have little moments in my entrepreneur business, and because I work full time
Right.
as well. Like at my job, with I work with a state agency, so there's always times where I feel like, oh my gosh, I need to be up here. I need to be I need to be
Yeah.
shaking and moving. I actually just had a speaking opportunity not too long ago at this event, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get it together. I should have been there. I should have been up, and I was up, and I thought I was doing good. And then I looked at my timing, and it just was coinciding with each other. I thought, because I had just had media training, they were like, get there 10 minutes early. So I done got there 10 minutes early, and it took me 10 minutes to park.
Oh no.
So I was still late. So I was like,
Oh no.
like this is not going the way that I expected. My process is, I was beating myself up like, girl, you
Yeah.
knew better. You know how you are with your time. And however, I talked to my mom after, and she was like, sweetheart, this is your first time speaking
All right.
at an event. Like, second roughly, but that event was at the hotel. You literally had to drive all the way there, get in a car. You had to experience that so that you would know. It's all a part of your process. So now,
Yes.
next time, instead of 10, you give yourself 20, you give yourself 30, you give yourself ample enough of time. You might not be able to put on them lashes that day.
No.
You might can't do your eyebrows,
No.
but you know now
Yeah.
how much time to give yourself. It's all a part of your process. So don't ever feel like you're not fulfilling your purpose or God's purpose for your life because you learned something on your process and your steps that you're taking to continue through,
Yes.
what your God-given talent. So
Yeah, and I kind of feel like in that same sense though, it's like, we try to be so, I don't want to use the word perfect, but it's like it has to be right. Like
mhm
nothing can go wrong.
mhm
Like you said, they said be there 10 minutes early. Well, God, I was there 10 minutes early.
I was 10 minutes early.
I was there 10 minutes early. But still, in those 10 minutes that I was supposed to use to prepare, I
Right.
had to find somewhere to park. So in that moment, so God, what were you delaying? What were you trying to teach me
Right.
in
Mhm.
that moment? But then, like
Mhm.
mom said, like it's all a part of the process. So when that next opportunity comes, all right, God, like I'm ready. Like I got
Right.
shook last time, but I'm ready because I'm getting up doing what I need to do to get there on time. But it's all a part of the process. Use everything that you learn and everything that you go through as part of the process. Like I promise you, it's gonna be lessons that you don't want to learn. Like it's gonna be
Right.
lessons that's gonna disappoint you, heartbreak, everything. But
Mhm.
if you didn't learn that lesson, how are you going to be able to move forward?
Exactly.
How are you going to be able to continue to shine in what
Mhm.
God wants you to do? So
Right.
don't look at it as a failure. Don't look at
Mhm.
it as, well, God, like why? But
Exactly.
you have to start asking that question though. Well, God, why not me? Why
Mhm.
like why not give me that little something that's gonna shake me up a little bit? So I
Mhm.
know that as an individual that I know where my faith is, I know where
That's
my
right.
peace is, where my strength comes from. I know all of that
Yeah.
because you gave me something that I was able to walk through and keep pushing.
Yeah.
And for that, you can never go wrong with that. So
Yeah.
this is one of my favorite questions. Do you feel like you are walking in your purpose? If
Wow.
so, how?
That is loaded. That is loaded. However, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I am using my God given talents.
Yeah.
They are proving to be successful for
Yeah.
me. I was able to like purchase things for my business that I need that I would have never even imagined
Yeah.
that I would be able to do. When I first started in public relations, the thing was like, cause J school, the
Right.
thing
Right.
was that you could not be a publicist, you could not be in PR if you didn't dedicate your life to your clients.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, on this journey through this process,
Yeah.
got pregnant. Okay, how can I dedicate my life to my clients?
Right.
And I got this kid.
That's what my life is dedicated to. That's what
That's
my
what my
life
life
is
is
dedicated.
dedicated to.
Yeah.
God, of course, with their strength. I mean, I don't know how I can get through the day without my Lord and Jesus
Hallelujah.
Christ.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
Um, my kid is gonna be a full-time responsibility.
Correct.
Bump the client. So I'm like, all right, PR's done. That's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go corporate. You're a corporate baddie now. It is what it is. Readjust. Just shift. And that's okay. We're gonna work for a state agency, ride it out, retire. Life is good. And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And we were all forced to be home.
Be home.
Now, for some people that, shifted a lot of their mindset and made them a little bit more sad and and everybody went through those phases of being depressed and feeling unmotivated. You're at home all day, you with the kids all day.
All day.
They usually used to go to school. It's just like a whole new
Yeah. Whole new
readjustment.
day. Right.
And then things started loosening and opening back up. I was able to put her back in school. I was still home. I started working on myself. I started getting up, walking, writing my goals down, doing smart goal setting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tools and resources too if you're trying to perfect your craft, like LinkedIn Learning. I was also reading this book from Steve Harvey. And it's Act Like a Success, Think Like a Success.
Okay.
And I just start tapping into like unlocking my goddess power inside of me. That's also another book that I read. So as I began to unlock that, I said to myself, there's no way that I'm not going to take a stab at what I know I'm good at.
Yeah.
Because with PR and social media marketing and all of those things, when I was in college, I would win the press releases for like Grads Are Back,
Yeah.
for like in FMU. And I'd be like, how, like, I'm not a winner. I don't win things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't win much of nothing, but for me to win things at FAMU at school in this large like program of
Yes.
all these people,
Yes.
I was like, this is my God given talent. And if I don't act on it now, I'm gonna lose that skill. I'm gonna lose that hunger. I'm gonna lose that ambition. So during COVID, I just set out to YouTube University
Yeah.
and I found out everything that I
I need it.
needed to know about starting a business. What are the steps? What are the tools? I figured everything out and I just did it. I was listening to a word the other day that was called just do it. And that's literally, I just did it. And I said, I'm going to stop making excuses. I'm not going to let my full responsibility as a mom hinder me from being able to set out on my goals, because that is not
Yes.
an obstacle. She is a blessing.
Correct.
My family is a blessing. So I started talking to them and I said, I'm going to need y'all help. Like, y'all in my village, what do y'all think about it? Got their ideas, do it, go for it.
Yeah.
So all the help and support definitely pushed me to be able to do it. But because I stepped out on faith and I started my business, it has grown tremendously. I'm thankful to all of my clients, you
Yes.
that have booked
100%.
with us. And
100%.
even if it's a package deal, even if it's a social media call, like, I am forever grateful to the people that invested in this business and knew, based on me, like personally, like, because most of the time it's word of mouth or just like
Yeah.
knowing me. So based on my personal, work ethic, that people were interested in investing in me. So I say wholeheartedly, I am walking in my purpose.
Yeah.
I got deterred and off course,
Yeah.
but God put me right back on track.
On there. Yes, ma'am.
And I am walking in this faith and favor, and I'm praying one day that it'll go full time Fortune 500 business. The goal is to be able to provide internships for students in public
Yes.
relations so that they can get the experience that they need.
Yes. No, 100%. I'm all about it. So,
Yeah, yeah,
I love, but I just love asking this question because sometimes, we don't really think about sometimes how far we've come when,
right.
when we've started something. And so it's like, oh my God, am I? I think so. I think I'm
Oh,
what God called me to do. Like, I know I'm doing that, but it's just like that
yeah,
reassurance and just saying, like,
that
well, if
reassurance.
I
Yeah,
can do it, you can do it too. Right.
right.
And then, like, from mom to mom, it's the same thing with the podcast. I was like, well, at the end of the day, when I start interviewing people, it's like, okay, I have a child. You probably
That's right.
hear him in the background, like you're hearing him now, but you're going to hear him in the background every now
Right.
and again.
Hey, son.
Stop, Avery. You're gonna hear him every now and again.
Yeah,
That's just what it is. But the fact is that we're not gonna let that stop us. It's just an
exactly.
addition. And like you said, it's not an obstacle. It's not
All
no,
right.
it's just an addition to what we were called
That's
to
right.
do. So no. I'm with you on that. Cause even like when we started it, I was like, okay, come on. But for
Right.
those of you who don't know, like I've known Tootie for
Yes.
a long time.
If you know me by Tootie, you've been knowing me
I
for
was
real,
gonna
for
say
real.
I know Tootie. I've known Tootie for a long time. And so
And first of all, Andrea B is G.
it's G period. It's G period. Listen, but but it just goes to show, like that's what we know. But
Yeah,
we've known each other for a long time. We attended fam together, and even before
yeah.
fam, we were in the same circles, like through high school and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a no brainer
Yeah.
when we saw each other at fam. It was like, hey girl, oh my
In
god,
the same program.
I'm like, it's you. But it just goes to show that the network that you
Yeah.
keep throughout your life that like it's not even, oh, you're aware of. Because it's like, and the
Right.
fact that I was able to reach out to her to this day and say, hey, you want to be on the podcast?
This our second one.
Yes, I'm like, this is our second one. Like, I would love to interview you. Like, come on, let's get it done. So, and the fact that, we are able to work together in that light. And this just goes to show that, when you are aligned with people who are on that same journey as you, of being
Mm-hmm.
a star of their purpose and walking into their purpose, you guys are always going to meet somewhere, some way, somehow. It's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be an opportunity that pops up for you to meet each other. So, as we close it out, if you
Yes.
could leave the viewers, the listeners, with anything, what would you leave them with?
I don't want to be pretentious, if that's the right word, and
Okay.
say like, drink water, take a break. Y'all know,
You those things.
drink water, take a break.
Right.
I think the biggest thing is to feed yourself. Like, feed your soul. Your business is important. It
Yeah.
is. It really is. Invest in it.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, pay somebody else to do it. Period.
Period.
Like, if you can't do it, you don't have the time to do it, pay somebody to do it. It is time to start investing in your business. And I'm not saying that you got to pay me to do your social media or whatever, because I pay other people to do things for me as well. I sometimes will need an analyst to come in and show me what it is that they're doing. Like, I promise you, burnout is not fun.
No, by any
It
means.
is not fun. Just went to a conference recently, and she said some people are walking around with their burnout on their shoulders, wearing it
Mhm.
like it's a trophy,
Yeah.
like it's a prize. That spoke to me, because I have people in my life that sometimes will be like, yeah, I was up working at 6 a.m. and I've been tired. I hadn't caught a break, and but I'm driven. No, that is you wearing your burnout on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Do not do that to yourself. You're
Mm-mm.
doing a great job.
Yeah.
Feed your soul.
Yeah.
Your mental health is so important.
Yes,
If you're
it is.
feeling like you're in a simulation, and you're trapped in the world of social media because you have to post for your business, get out
Yep.
immediately. Take a break. Remind yourself of how important your life is, how important your purpose is,
Mhm.
and that you are the star of your own purpose.
Yeah.
And it's okay for you to take a break.
Let's take
Those social media followers will still be there at the end of the day. You do not have to worry about the struggles and the stress that comes along with social media. It is overwhelming and overbearing
Heck
for people to have to
yeah.
deal with all of that
Heck yeah.
on your personal feed. So imagine being on your personal feed, your business feed, your client's business feed,
All of
like
that.
all of that. Like,
Yes.
take time for yourself, feed your soul, take breaks, treat yourself. Like my next couple of posts that's coming up on my page, like that's all what it's going to be about. Because this holiday season stuff is overwhelming too.
Yes. Very.
So the biggest thing is to feed your soul, read books, find a way to connect with your inner self
Yeah.
so that you're not experiencing burnout and that you're able to connect with your divine energy of who you are. Talk to God, pray, meditate, do whatever it is that you need to do to stay connected with your source so that you can continuously fuel yourself and re-energize because it is easy to drain yourself.
No, 100%. And that's why sometimes, like, when I get in those moods or those periods where I'm just not feeling motivated, like, it shows because
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
I'm hardly creating or I'm hardly recording, or even though when it comes to the day that I'm supposed to record, I try to find other things to do besides that.
Yes. Yes.
I,
Yes.
I try to find other things to do besides that
Yes.
because that's how burnt out I am. And then I
Mm-hmm.
found myself taking like a week break or 2 weeks break, and I'm like, but girl, you don't even miss it. Like you
Yeah.
do not
Yep.
miss creating because your mind is just not in a creative space right now. And it
Mm-hmm.
is okay for it to not be in a creative space.
And that is okay.
We're not meant to keep up with everybody. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to keep up with everybody.
Right.
I just want to I want to do me, create what I want to create when I want to create it. And just like with the podcast, record when I want to record, interview with who I
Exactly.
want to interview with because I'm the star of my own purpose. I'm the star of this show. This is mine. So
Amen.
if I want to take my time and make sure it's right or reach out to the people that I know that I can have a real conversation with, I'm going to do
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm
That's right.
not gonna rush in and just put something out, and you can tell that I didn't put no love, no no effort, no
Right.
nothing. Like I'm just doing it just because. So no, I totally and wholeheartedly agree. Like feed your soul, feed yourself, feed it whatever you need to make sure that you're showing up.
Yep.
That you're
Yep.
showing up, and it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. It is okay to take a breather. It is okay to take a break.
It's okay.
It is totally okay.
And it's okay to feel like I'm not creating this week. That doesn't mean that you're not a creator. That doesn't mean that you're still not in control of this
Well,
podcast. That means this week I don't feel
I
like
just
creating.
don't
This
feel
month I don't feel it.
it.
Feed your soul with those things you need and have people around you
Yes.
that respect that. Like
Yes.
that's big too. My fiance will feed into me like take a break, stop, go outside, breathe, fresh air, go now. Have people around you that know you for real that can
Yes.
help you.
That no, like, hey, all right,
Mm-hmm.
you've been in this place for too long. What you got something to do?
What's
What- Like, have you like you said, like, have you taken a breather today? Have you went and got some vitamin D outside? What you
right?
got? Like, what I'm telling you. But it makes all the difference because your village is that much important.
Your village is so
Your
important.
village is that much important for you to want to pursue what you want to pursue. Here we go.
Yeah,
The village is important. Like,
yeah,
no, seriously, like
they are.
people sometimes maybe don't mention it as much, but no, like your village is
No, your village is your
it's
core.
important. It's
Like,
important.
shout out to our villages.
Whoa,
Shout out
whoa.
to our
Shout
villages.
out.
If we never ever told y'all that we love and appreciate y'all,
Yes, love y'all.
listen, shout out to the villages
Because
because
because without y'all, I don't know.
listen,
I
shout
don't
out
know.
to our villages.
I don't know. But as we get ready to close out, if the people want to find you, possibly
Yes.
work with you, or just want some more advice on feeding their soul and where to start, when they're starting their business, where can they find you?
Find me at www.5stah media.com. We're also on Instagram at STAH Media. That's 5 Star Media on Instagram. And we're also on Twitter. That one is 5 Star Media LLC. And Facebook. So really, honestly, truly, anywhere, just type in 5 Star Media, 5STAH Media, and will pop up. Really, our website, of course, will take you to all of those links and things like that. And our Instagram has our link tree up, so you can see all of our past interviews. You can see and just find more content, all of the things that we produce, a little briefing of like our services, so that if you are interested, you can kind of see what it is that we have to offer. So
Awesome. Well, you heard it. You heard it. So I don't need nobody saying, well, Andrea, no, she said it. She said it. I'm gonna make sure I put it in my stuff too. But she said it.
yes,
She said
5 Star
it. So
Media,
I don't want to hear
STAH.
nothing. I don't want to hear nothing at all. But as always, for one, Shaqueria, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me today just about being the start of your purpose. I really, really do appreciate it. Like I always say, like I am so proud of you and I'm just so excited to see what's going on, what's happening next. And you know I'm a support all day, every day.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. I'm so proud of you too. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for starting this, and until next time.
Yes. And guys, this has been an amazing episode of the You're Not Done Yet podcast. So make sure you're following me, your host, at It's Andrea B on Instagram and the podcast at You're Not Done Yet Pod on Instagram. And until then, I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.